Hello everyone and welcome back to CCEX Cinder. I'm Hawk20, your host for this particular tournament. Now we are on to day 6. And boy do we have quite the challenge today. Not necessarily in EX contracts, but just the base game contracts are rather brutal today too. It's gonna be interesting to see how people handle today for sure. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the contracts and the map a little bit. So, today's map is going to be taking place at Pyrite Gorge, Blade's infamous permamap. Definitely going to be a fun one. Anyway, we have ourselves 4 EX contracts for this particular day, so let's go ahead and dive right into them. Up first is the pairing Lone Wolf making its return back into this particular daily challenge set. Lone Wolf 1 and Lone Wolf 2 basically restrict the use of operators in adjacent tiles of another operator. Lone Wolf 1 banning only operators in adjacent 4 tiles of another operator, and Lone Wolf 2 forcing all 8. So I'm pretty sure your operators aren't going to mind getting a little personal space. Now, we do have some exceptions to this particular scenario. Once again, drones and summons are allowed to ignore this particular rule, so the characters like Weedy and summoners like Magellan, Mayor, and the like can all technically get advantages over this particular contract set. Up next is Rollout. Lands at 2, Castle 3, and Thermal EX must all be in your party and deployed at least once in some point of the map. Definitely a interesting scenario to work with, can cause some issues for sure, but bringing these 3 together can actually be useful if used in the right way. I know Thermal EX is definitely going to help on this particular map because of this being a DPS check. Thermal EX's weakening can definitely help out in taking out Crown Slayer. Last but not least is probably going to be the toughest one of this particular day, and that is Highlander. Now, this one is a bit interesting to explain here. Well, basically, it comes down to only one of each of the particular classes can be deployed at any given time. You can bring more than one particular character for that class, but only one of them can be deployed at a specific time. To explain things a bit better, if you were to bring Silver Ash and Cinder into this particular map, you can only pick one of the 2 of them to be deployed, and in order for you to deploy the other, you have to retreat the first one that you put down. That is pretty much how that would work, and that is going to be the case for all 8 classes. So, that is going to be quite a challenge for sure. We do have one extra contract that does kind of run throughout the season. I've already mentioned it a few times, but I'll go ahead and just continue to reiterate it here, and that is the One and Only. The One and Only is basically a one-op relay, where only one operator can be deployed on the map at any given time. This challenge is definitely a tough one. So if you are planning to take on this particular contract for sure, you are in for one heck of a challenge, and I applaud you for attempting it. Nonetheless, that is going to be all for our particular EX contracts for the day. I hope you guys have a successful time with your permamap and, well, also the daily stage runs. And if you do happen to get a clear with these EX contracts, feel free to send it to us. I do have a link for my Twitter as well as my Discord in the description of this video below. Feel free to check those out, and if you do have a victory to share with us, feel free to let us know. Until then, I will see you guys later for day 7 and talking about some more EX contracts for that particular day. This is Hawk20 signing off.